Hey, I'm Chris. I live in Las Vegas and I love guitar. And I'm really excited about this video today because I'm doing another unboxing video and I haven't done one of these in forever. Now, it was a big part of my New Year's resolution last year to not get all crazy on gear. And like a lot of people who play synthesizer and a lot of people in the synthesizer community, I did I did become a victim of GAS, Gear Acquisition Syndrome. Now, again, what is Gear Acquisition Syndrome? That is when you kind of get addicted to gear and you start to acquire so many different products, so many different designs of synthesizer, accessories, cables, MIDI patches. Like I could tell you a million different little products that you will end up buying if you get Gear Acquisition Syndrome. And you kind of get stuck in this idea that like I need this specific kind of gear in order to make the music you want to make. Now, everybody knows better. We all know that all you need is a keyboard, maybe a drum machine, and you can make the music that you want to make in songwriting. Now, again, when a new product comes out, you go crazy over it, and then you see somebody demonstrate it online, and then you kind of fall for it, and then maybe you buy it, and then you're like, hey, this thing is cool, but maybe in the end you get sick of it, or you don't play with it as much as you thought you would have, or it didn't inspire you like you saw when you watched the video. And again, I was one of those people who got caught up in that. So last year, for my resolution, I decided to no more new gear, or unless it was one or two little products that I thought was groovy, that I wanted, that I did the research on, and that I wanted to add to my collection. Now, originally, when I started to put together my studio, I fell in love with guitars, and I am kid. I was a little kid in the 1980s, and I thought all the teenagers in the 80s and all of the 20-somethings, all the adults in the 80s were the coolest ever. And synthesizer was really big in the 80s. There wasn't a song out there that didn't have a synthesizer in it. So I fell in love with people who played keyboard. And keyboards were like really, really big in the 80s. There were commercials, dude, on national television for synthesizers. So again, the synthesizer boom happened, and it was in the 1980s. A whole bunch of different synthesizers came out. And again, my studio reflects that. Of course, you could see the piano. You could see all the guitars on the wall. But today, I am unboxing something special. Something that will go on my pedal board that I'm going to build this year. But let's just open the thing and let's check it out. So, I did research on this guy. I wanted to buy this because it's going to add to a guitar. The whole fact that I'm buying a pedal is because you'll have a synthesizer or you will have a guitar. And you can only do so much editing on that guitar without plugging it into a DAW, without plugging it into a laptop. So what can you do to kind of like fiddle with the sound and make it sound a little bit more like a guitar, or to make it sound like you have some reverb on it, or to pull up the bass, to lower the bass? What can you do? And the answer is pedals. So I've got a gang of pedals, and they are all going to go on a pedal. Now, why? Again, guitars all around me, all behind me. Some of them have a lot of great sounds in them. Some of them really, really basic sounds, like patches and pads and stuff like that, stuff that you wouldn't play a lead on. So maybe you want to add distortion to that. Maybe you want to add chorus to that. So again, the pedals are going to go on a board and they will help with that. So what I am unboxing today is a pedal, and it's a pedal that is modeled after one of those classic synthesizers from the 1980s. So let's open this guy and let's check out what we have. So I ordered this from Sweetwater. I'm not gonna talk trash about Sweetwater, except every time they say they're gonna ship something and it's gonna be there in a week, it takes 2 weeks, it takes 3 weeks. Maybe it's the mail, maybe it's the mail system, maybe it's Sweetwater, I don't know. But every time I've ordered everything from Sweetwater and they say it's gonna be here in a week, it shows up weeks later. So, by the way, another thing with Sweetwater, they give you candy, man. They will package everything with candy and they will give you a nice little thank you. And again, you get candy. So I will give Sweetwater that, even though I am on a diet for my resolution. Yay, candy. So without further ado, I bought this TC electronic pedal. So what does this TC electronic pedal do? It's a chorus pedal. And this chorus pedal is modeled after one of the Roland Juno keyboards from the 1980s. Now, there was a Roland keyboard that had this feature on the end of it to where you can do 3 different chorus sounds on that keyboard. You could either hit chorus sound number 1, chorus sound number 2, or press both of the chorus 1 and 2 to make a combined chorus sound number 3. We're gonna check this guy out. And why do I want to add this to one of my keyboards? Well, basically, again, you want a distortion. You want to do weird things with your sound, and a pedal is a really easy way to do that without diving into a DAW, without like plugging in that synthesizer into a computer and then editing sound that way. Honestly, that could be a big pain in the butt. And let's say you can edit sounds on that keyboard without using a DAW or without using a computer. You still have to dive into the menu and then edit everything through either like your attack, your delay, and all of that, or you could use a pedal, which is really easy. So I'm not really sure what the warranty on these are. If I ever buy anything, I try to buy it brand new because at least it has that 1-year warranty. You can either mail it back to the person you bought it from, or send a letter or an email to the manufacturer and get another one. But if I am gonna buy something, I'm always gonna try to buy it brand new just in case. So, oh, it looks so pretty. And again, since I don't buy a lot of new stuff, again, I'm kind of like in awe. All right. Now, of course, my favorite thing when I open up anything brand new is I'm always gonna look at the instructions, dude. It will talk about the warranty, but as well as it tells you all the features that are on the pedal or on the product that you're getting. I always try to read these before I buy something just to see, hey, what are the capabilities? What are the magic powers that this little accessory has, right? And again, if you look up the original Juno Roland keyboard that this feature was on, again, it's totally copying the style of that. I don't know how TC Electronics got away with that. For some reason, just like Behringer, you could steal the idea of a design because you can't copyright a circuit for some reason. I think that's kind of lame. That makes it really easy to clone a keyboard or a pedal, because Behringer is really good at that, and this is a big reason why I'm not a big supporter of Behringer. I kind of think it may not be illegal, but I still think it's unethical to clone another person's design and then take credit for and then sell more. And maybe that's another video because I do have Behringer products, and I kind of feel a little bit ashamed that I have Behringer products in my synthesizer collection. And honestly, my Behringer clone of the Roland SH-101 is in my storage unit. I'm not really big on wanting to display it in my studio because it's a dope clone, by the way. It's even got MIDI. It's a clone of the Roland SH-101, but they added MIDI to it, right? And I think the sequencer is a little bit more advanced than the original sequencer. Again, I do dig that keyboard, but at the same time, as I have a kind of odd ethical dilemma when it comes to buying a clone. And as well as I have a clone of the Model D, of the Behringer Model D, which is a clone of a 70s synthesizer as well, but at the same time, I have a kind of moral dilemma. When it comes to all my pedals, again, most of them are Behringer clones. They almost sound as good as the original, and they can still do all the same things that the original clones could do, but at the same time, dude, it's still just a clone and it's a copy. Now, let's unbox this guy and see what it looks like. Wouldn't it have been funny if I fell off my my piano stand? Okay, so it's boxed pretty well. It has that wood panel look on the side. Oh, it's a pretty heavy pedal, by the way. I don't know if the heaviness has to do with the circuitry that's inside there, but I love how it has the silica packet. I always didn't understand what the silica packet was for. Was it to like kill mold? Was it to keep the packaging dry? It's got these little pads on the bottom so it won't slip when it's on the floor. You've got your input output right there, and you have your power source, your 9-volt power source right there. We are gonna plug it in, we're gonna check it, and of course you have your little bypass thing right here. Again, you have, let's see, clicky click, okay. You have chorus setting number 1, chorus setting number 2, and then if you click them both, there should be a chorus setting number 3. So I'm gonna plug this guy in. Oh, by the way, check out the groovy wood paneling. That's so 80s because Roland keyboards back then, they had wood paneling on the side. Who knows why? To make it look like an electric like piano, not really sure. So we're gonna plug this guy in. We're going to listen to a keytar without the pedal, and then we're gonna listen to the keytar with the pedal and all 3 settings. So I am very sad to say that this review has taken a very poor turn. Okay, so this June-60 chorus pedal, that one right there that I bought from Sweetwater, is stuck with a horrible popping noise every time I try to use it. Now, when I first started this video, I started it like at the beginning of the week. Now it's the weekend. I've tried every cure I could think of that I've researched on YouTube. I've tried using different pedals. I've tried different cables. I've tried using different power sources. I tried using a 9-volt battery to make sure that the power source wasn't too much voltage. I tried using different plugins for the pedal, and all of them are not working, dude. I'm still getting a horrible popping noise. I've tried different cables for this guy. To make it work. It's not working, dude. All the popping still keeps happening. It really sucks. I've gone back between mono and stereo. Here, okay, we're gonna do the popping. It's faint, but you can hear it. You hear that? You can pull it far away. It don't matter how far away it is from the amp. It don't matter what cables I got in the amp. I've used wireless guitar systems for it. It's all still doing it, dude. A little bit more pronounced when I hit the other one. And it don't matter what chorus side it is, okay? Does the chorus work? Absolutely, the chorus does work, but when you're not playing, you're just stuck with the droning, popping sound. And there's a whole bunch of different cures when that happens to different guitar pedals. on YouTube, and I've used all of them. I've used different power sources. I've used a 9-volt battery. I've used different cables. I'm not opening up this guy and trying to mess with transistors. I'm sorry, I'm gonna damage it, dude. So the only thing I could do is send it back to Sweetwater, and I've already started the return process. But the crappy thing with that is Sweetwater ain't gonna return, they're not gonna refund it until they get it back in the mail. And the funny thing is, like, it took 3 weeks for the thing to show up here. It's gonna take 3 weeks to get back there. Sweetwater was very unhelpful. This is a shitty review of this guitar pedal. It's a very shitty review of this guitar pedal, and it's a shitty review of Sweetwater. Now, I will be honest, I've gotten cool stuff from Sweetwater, man. I bought this keytar from Sweetwater, this Roland AX Edge. It's a dope keytar. It showed up late, like Sweetwater is always late. But dude, it showed up and it worked just fine. They tell me there's a 2-year warranty. I tried to call their help center. The guy at the help center was no help. I wish I was that bitch who got people's names and like I want to talk to the manager, but I'm just not, dude. I work in public health. I'm not going to be that guy, right? I'm just going to return it. I'm just going to get the tracking info. I'm going to bring it to FedEx and I'm going to have FedEx return it for me. But dude, I can't give a good review of this pedal. And the crappy thing is I already have a crappy like Behringer chorus pedal. I honestly didn't even need to get this pedal, but it was supposed to copy the chorus effect from the Juno 106, the Roland Juno 106, which is honestly an awesome chorus effect in a synthesizer. I was hoping to use that chorus effect in my synthesizers, in my keytars. And again, I already have a chorus pedal that works just fine. I don't have any popping in any of my chorus pedals and any of my pedals. And the funny thing is I have a whole bunch of Behringer clones. I would have thought something that was made by TC Electronics and something that was more expensive and not just a clone of a circuit would work better. But I honestly can't recommend this pedal to anybody. And again, I've used every troubleshooting technique for a popping noise in a pedal that's on YouTube, and I tried every technique that the guy from Sweetwater told me to use. He was very unhelpful and he was kind of a prick. So again, I can't support Sweetwater. I can't support this pedal. And I feel so bad that I can't hook up this pedal to my pedal board and like make this cool chorus sound. But honestly, that Behringer Ultra Chorus, it's a good pedal. I mean, it's a little cheapy pedal, but it's a good pedal. Again, my review for the June-60, the TC Electronics June-60 is not a good one. If you can't say anything nice about something, just don't say nothing. That's pretty much the rest that I have for you. I just, unless you want a whole bunch more cuss words, I honestly ain't supporting this. And in the background, yeah, you're just hearing pop, 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 pop. Does it work as far as the chorus? Yeah, it plays a chorus sound, but guess what? It's useless if it gets popping when you're not playing. Again, don't get this pedal. Don't call Sweetwater. I'm tired of being burnt by music companies with crappy technology. Hugs, health, and happiness from Las Vegas.